Hey everybody, it's Rod with VanGuns coming back at you with another video. Today, I'm going to talk about this cool lever gun. I told you I'd be doing a video on it. Today's the day. Hey guys, before we get started on this video, let me ask you, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel out, and I do so appreciate having you watch my videos. Leave comments down below about the video, what you liked, what you didn't like. I'd love to hear what you have to say, especially on a little rifle like this cool Rossi 92 in 357 Magnum. This is a really nice and handy rifle. Whether you use a little pistol caliber carbine like this one, or whether you're into something a little more rifle cartridge, like say a 30-30 or a 45-70, the general rules apply. These things are quick to get up to your eye, really fast. They just seem to pop right into place. And I like that. If you're, and this is, I think, why they're so popular in New England and why they're so popular in the upper Midwest, where you're in thick forest brush. You're walking around, you can't really see very far away. There's just layers of trees. Now, I live in Western Washington. We got more trees than you could possibly imagine. But our forests are a little different. We have a lot of underbrush and ferns, and they're there all year long. So we don't have this nice, sort of smooth floor of the forest to walk on. It can be a little treacherous. So I don't use the lever guns in our woods that often, but there are some areas where I can go, and I have forests kind of similar to what a lot of people that use lever guns use. An animal could jump right out at any point. Me, when I'm out deer hunting, there's been a couple of times where I was running down a fire road, and I'm just walking along, and all of a sudden a deer just jumps right in front of me. I mean, 20 feet, 30 feet away, and then just bounds across the road before I can even think, he's gone. It's like, if I'd only had a 45-70 or a 30-30 or a 357 Magnum lever gun on me, I might have been able to maybe get a shot. Maybe not. You never know. It has happened. You can search around for a typical, 70, 80 yard, 100 yard, 120 yard shot on a deer all day long. Sure enough, though, sometimes the damn thing jumps right out of the brush right in front of you, and it's gone in a split second. I hate it when that happens. But these guns are definitely more suitable for that type of thing, and I just use mine with the open sights. So specifically about the Rossi, this is based off the Winchester 92. It's super lightweight. This rifle weighs well under 6 pounds. I think mine weighs right at 6 pounds, but I carry some ammo on the side here. It's got a side gate, which I really, on a lever gun, I want a side gate. I want to be able to top it off. Honestly, I've never had to top it off, but one day I might need to top it off, and I'll be glad that I can. So this one, unlike like a Henry, for example, and some others, there's no loading gate up here where you can pull out, like a tube and drop all your ammo down in there for quick loading. This doesn't have that. So you're going to load the whole thing through the side gate on this one. The action on this gun is smooth. I've had no problems with it. I can run it fast. It's good, right? I've never had a problem with this. I've had this gun for close to 20 years, and I've shot, I plink with this. I've probably put 500 rounds of 38 special through it, just plinking, knocking cans over, and, smacking paper with it. But in terms of Magnum loads, I've probably got 2 boxes through the gun. So I've never had a problem. I've never had a misfeed. I've never had a jam. It's always worked just great. This particular gun has no recoil pad at all. It's just a steel plate. It's 357 Magnum in a rifle. There's really no recoil. You'd have to be very recoil sensitive, or maybe a small kid shooting it might feel uncomfortable with the steel butt plate. I don't know if the Rossis in heavier calibers have a rubber recoil pad or not. This one does not. So the sights on this, simple blade sight up front, nothing fancy. You could probably take some nail polish and put a red dot up there on there if you like to have better visibility. The rear, classic little slit sight there. It is adjustable, old school. Moving this lever allows you to adjust it for range. I would never adjust this. It's a 357 Magnum. 75 yards is about as far as I'm probably going to take a shot at an animal. And when I sight this thing in and test it for groups and all that, I'm at 50 yards. So, you know, some of you might be a better shot with an open sights lever gun than I am. So maybe you want to shoot it at 100 yards. But this is fully adjustable for elevation. It does not have, however, a windage adjustment. Again, at the ranges I'm using this gun at, I'm not that concerned about windage. So the gun is truly classic. There's no manual safety on this gun. The safety has always been the half cock on a lever gun, and that works fine. Can't pull the trigger. It's in the half cock position, and it's safe. If you drop the gun, it's not going to go off. If you want to run around with one in the chamber, you certainly do that. You put it in the half cock position, you're fine. When you go to take your shot, you just pull that lever back and bam, you're ready to go. Likewise, if you've got a live one in the chamber and you're in the half cock position and you need to unload the gun, you can unload the gun while it's in the half cock position. It'll open up. You can extract your round. Rossi makes these in 44 Magnum as well. And then Rossi, I believe they call it the bigger ones, the Rio Grande models, and those you can run the 30-30, the 45-70. They may have some others as well. I'll put them up on the screen, what it's available in. You know, these guns used to be super cheap. When I bought this gun, I bought it at a gun show, brand new, in the box from an FFL, and it was like $400. Now, granted, that was almost 20 years ago. But now I see these things have crawled up in price to, I think I'm seeing them out there 700-ish. I've even seen people advertising, you know, the Rio Grande versions north of $800. I like the gun. I think it's a good gun. I don't think it's a good gun if it's $100 or $200 away from a Henry. You know, I have a Henry in 45-70, and the Henry's a nicer gun than the Rossi. So that's just my opinion. If I were looking to buy one of these new, I would definitely look around on gun brokers, see if you can find a deal on it. If you can get one of these for $500 or $450 or $550, I think you're doing pretty well, because you're very unlikely to find a new Henry that cheap. And I've never had a problem with the gun. The fit and finish on the gun is good. It's not great, but it's good. The bluing is still intact on this gun. Honestly, though, it's had a pretty cozy, cushy life in my gun safe. So, you know, that's not saying much. I'm going to run up some numbers on 357 Magnum. I did this in a video earlier. Put a link up above here for you to that video. It's 357 versus 30-30. That video got quite a few views. You guys seem to like it, but I want to give you some of the ballistics on here. For me, this is a 75-yard gun. Other people will argue that, and that's fine. If you feel comfortable taking longer shots with a 357 Magnum, go right ahead. But for me, it's a 50 to 75-yard gun. It's handy. I have taken this gun out. I've never deer hunted with this gun. I have taken it out on medium-sized varmints, snowshoe hares, you know, that sort of thing. If you'd like to check out my merchandise, I did just get this new t-shirt here. It's got a cool bison on there. Caption says, "Honey, I think I need a bigger gun." On the back, the VanGuns logo. So there's a link in the description down below. Okay, chart on the left. Buffalo bore 180 grain hard cast. These are actual chronographed numbers. 1,500 foot-pounds at the muzzle and over 1,000 at 100 yards. Not bad at all. And then a typical 158 grain jacketed hollow point coming out of that same rifle is going to deliver similar power at the muzzle, a little extra velocity because the bullet's lighter, but really decent results for short range hunting. So, you know, that's really all I got on this gun, guys. I wasn't going to spend a lot of time on it. If you see one of these Rossis used, I feel like they're well made enough that you can trust a used one. And if you want to buy a new one, they're still fairly reasonable. I think they've kind of, their prices have kind of crept up a little bit. I don't know if that has to do with tariffs or anything like that. But you know, I don't want to get too close to the price of a Henry, because I'd rather have a Henry than one of these. But both the Henry and the Rossis are more reasonably priced than things from Marlin or Smith & Wesson, or Winchester. So they're a value proposition for what they are. And I think they do a really, really good job. And they're worth every penny that they ask for them new. So there you have it, guys. My little Rossi 92 chambered to 357 Magnum. Great little rifle. Love to hear your comments. Do you have one of these? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Have you bagged some cool game animals with yours? Do you use it for home defense? Is it just a little truck rifle? Maybe you live out in the country and you just like a little quick handy truck rifle. I think I'd get it. This is a 20-inch. I think I'd get the 16-inch if I were using it as a truck rifle, because those are super handy. And honestly, I might buy one of these rifles in, sort of a trapper rifle with the 16-inch because they're just so handy, so fun. I've shot a couple of buddies of mine, both have 16-inch lever guns, and I think I want one. Anyway, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching VanGuns. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the merch. We'll see you next time right here on VanGuns.